What's going on, guys? It is Sunday, June 12th. And no doubt by now, all of you who are watching this are familiar with the events that occurred in Orlando, Florida at a gay club called Pulse, I believe. A huge tragedy. Much more than just a tragedy. I mean, this was straight up a terrorist attack. When I woke up this morning, I come downstairs, normal routine, and started making my coffee. And normally first thing I do in the morning is I cut on the news and see what's going on around. See, just catching up on what happened overnight while I was asleep. And I got wind of, they were talking about a gay shooting that occurred, and the news was making a big deal out of it. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I picked up and they were talking a little bit more about it and talked about there being an active shooter situation and a mass shooting. And I checked some of the news sources that I used and found out it was 20 plus killed, over 40 injured confirmed. And I was like, holy shit. And just various news sources I started watching, and it's just unbelievable the amount of ignorance, that was already coming out before they knew anything. And I mean, it was just like just people were standing on the desk of others and already making a political thing about it, and it was just disgusting. And I tell you what really disgusts me the most is like these fucking CNN, these far left-wing news organizations were just talking. I mean, it's like you guys hope that it's like a white Christian shooter. I mean, you guys hope for that, and it's absolutely disgusting. So, and I don't care what your political beliefs are, or even whatever his motivation for anyone to shoot up a gay club, I don't agree with it, but no one deserves to have their life taken away like that, no matter what, even in that particular environment of just when they're not even bothering anybody, they're just doing their own thing, living their own lives, and it got to where I just couldn't even listen to some of these major news sources because the way they were starting to politicize it. And I mean, the first thing that they're talking about is gun control this, gun control that. Fuck your gun control. Gun control wasn't the answer for this. So anyway, I digress. So I'm listening, and the news is coming in further and further. And then it's 50 plus killed. And I said, you know what? This is going to get deeper than this. This is terrorism, no doubt. And to make a long story short, when they finally released his name and what his affiliations were, I knew that this was nothing short of what I had seen the MO of before and could recognize. So, sorry to disappoint you, left-wingers. It's not a white Christian. They don't, you're not going to get your jollies off that quick. So, as the afternoon progresses, Obama gets on there, and of course he's got to end it with the gun control thing. Now, let me tell you something, guys. Gun bans would not have stopped this. If you look at Charlie Hebdo and Paris, you've heard the example. I'm just echoing the truth. It's been said time and time again. Paris does not allow guns, and they still got guns in there, and they cause that amount of destruction. Okay? This guy had guns. How they were acquired, I don't know. He was obviously passed some form of background check to be into the type of job position he was, while being on the terrorist watch list from the FBI. Okay? Number two, here's something else to think about. No matter what type of gun law you think you're going to pass, the guy was wearing a suicide vest. Guess what? That's a vest with a shitload of fucking explosives in it that he wasn't able to set off because, thank God for the Orlando PD, they got in an area bum rush and they took his ass out before he was able to set it off. My God, my heart goes out to the people that were in that club and witnessed, and all those families that that are going to have a direct or have had a direct impact of this event. Many of you that have followed me and watched me, you know, my channel's more about weight, is although mostly about weight loss, know that I have other channels that involved with self-defense, firearms training. There's a reason why I go to fight training most of the mornings that I can, and it's not just for weight loss. You know, there's a reason why I'm a co-owner of a firearms training company, and this is one of those reasons. I want to teach and help the good guys win. That's what I do. So my question to you, whoever's watching this in America, is when are you going to wake up to the reality of the situation? A gun ban is not going to stop this. Okay? They already had laws in Florida that you cannot carry firearms in a bar. He got one in there. He got two. You're not going to ban them. You're not going to uninvent the damn things. They're here to stay. And I journey this challenge to the reality of the situation. If one or two other people would have had a firearm in that bar and engaged him, there could have been a lot different outcome. If you look at the Texas incident, the Pam Geller Jalal Muhammad cartoon contest, in which they tried to attack two guys with the same rifles that everybody's screaming ban because of this and because of a celebrity, and it wasn't even used in that, was taken down by one pistol from a well-trained sheriff's department in Texas. When are you going to wake up? When are you going to pull your head out of the sand? When are you going to come to the realization of the situation and take responsibility? It's a crying ass shame that we live in a day and time where you have to think about that stuff, where you can't just go to a club and have a good time and not have to have that in the back of your mind. But I'm gonna tell you what, guys, and I'm gonna tell you something right now, and then some of you may unsubscribe, and I appreciate for those who have. But the biggest reason this is happening is we've allowed this to happen because of political correctness. We're not saying judge anybody, but when PC goes too far, this is the aftermath. You got to vet these people. You know, he was on the watch list, but he didn't get picked up because of political correctness reasons. They knew his connections. They knew who his father was. Yeah, he was born and raised, but he was radicalized. They knew who his father was. He has laid claim, the shooter, to being affiliated and sworn allegiance with ISIS. ISIS is now taking responsibility. That news broke a little while ago. And in all the rhetoric of these radical jihadis, it's much more than our freedoms. And it goes beyond race to them, just like it does to us. It's not about race. I'm going to tell you something, guys. You live in a country where, you know, rights are still being learned, I guess, for a better word. I don't want to say learn. Let me just not sugarcoat it. Let me just put it this way. One of the reasons why ISIS hates you so much is because they hate homosexuals. We, as a free society, are tolerant to homosexuality. It's unfair to you guys that that's happened, but that's reality. You know, most of us here in America, we got more important things to do than worry about who's sleeping with who. I don't care. A lot of us don't care. You know, we live by the Constitution, you know, and I wholeheartedly believe in right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And if that's who you believe you are, if that's who you are, then by all means, most of us that are American are not going to get in the way and stifle who you are. Life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. At the same time, understand that we also have our right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, and our pursuit of happiness is not taking away the means of which we decide to defend ourselves because of your emotional response to something that is most definitely a tragedy, that if taken the responsibility, you could learn to defend yourself from and also counter, as long as you're not a felon. It's a shame, you know. We have to argue about who's going to use what bathroom. And regardless of your political opinions or whoever you are, no one deserves to be snuffed out for those reasons. Make no bones about it, guys. Make no bones about it. We are at war. We are at war with an idealism that you're not going to stop through kindness and political correctness, no matter what you think. We are at war. What are you going to do to protect yourself? And yes, protect yourself, because those people in the club, they didn't have protection.